So for Gemini placements, what is the theme? What is the message? What is the energy coming up for Gemini in the month of February 2025? For Gemini placements in the month of February 2025, please. Behind a mask. Oh, Gemini. So I heard mysterious, mystique in particular. So I don't know if you guys watch X-Men. Okay, if you were X-Men fans, shout out to fellow X-Men fans, especially the cartoon. It was fire. Okay, the animated version was fire back in the day. Yeah, but I'm getting literally like mystique, okay, from the X-Men. That literally came through very strong. So that may be an energy you're embodying in the month of February, Gemini, okay? Because you may be sick of people being like, oh, I don't get you, I don't understand you. You know, 1 minute I think you're that way, 1 minute I think you're the next. You know how it is. People don't often understand Geminis at all, right? And what motivates you guys, what's your driving factor, right? So I feel like instead of having to defend yourself or having to explain what your intentions are, I feel like you're just going to move in silence. You're like, you don't understand me anyway, so what's the point in trying to over-explain myself or, you know, over-explain a situation? I don't need to, right? I understand me, and that's what matters. So you can judge it however you want. That's kind of the energy I get from here. So instead of trying to be an open book, you're working with this mystique that you have, right? You may also feel like, you know, you're very adaptable as well, like Mystique. She can adapt to any situation, any environment. She can literally take on different forms, right? Even to the point of impersonation, right? I'm not saying you have to impersonate anyone, obviously, but I'm just getting that, you know, it's that energy of being adaptable, right? Being able to adapt to certain situations, environments, and energies, right? To ensure that you're good, essentially, okay? So that's what I'm getting. So instead of using it to like nefarious reasons, I feel like you're going to use it to your advantage in very positive ways, okay, is what I'm getting. So again, moving in silence, letting the results speak for itself, right? Rather than having to over-explain anything, you're just going to let the results do the speaking for you. So I like that. So where often Gemini is seen as the chatty sign, you're actually going to be real quiet in the month of February, okay? So again, a switch up in energy. People don't see it coming. So you're going to be more quiet, more reserved, and you're just going to let the results speak for itself. So tell me more about this for Gemini. Jeez, okay, Gemini. So tell me about it. All right, so you got the Nine of Cups. They wanted to come out cross-sitting. Yeah, again, I don't feel this is more like about, oh, there's another card. You see what I mean? Moving in silence. You literally had a whole Ace of Wands hidden behind the Nine of Cups like that. I told you, moving in silence, right? Yeah, exactly. You are keeping, with the Nine of Wands to the Ace of Wands, and that Ace of Wands being hidden, it's like you're keeping your true intentions, the action you're taking, what you're creating, what you're manifesting, what you're wishing for, what your hopes are, what your vision is. You're keeping all of that under wraps, okay? Because you're understanding that your ability to create, to manifest, works best when you are not sharing it, when you're not speaking on it too much in the public, right? In terms of like with other people or sharing it or posting it online. It works a lot better when you keep it to yourself, right? And do what you need to do behind the scenes. And again, when you're ready to share it, then you'll share it, letting the results speak for itself. That's what I'm getting here. So that strategy is going to work very, very well for you, okay? It may take you a little while to get used to this, okay, because it's a different way of operating. But I'm telling you, once you get the hang of this, it's going to flow like water, and you're going to see how that actually translates into wish fulfillment, blessings, emotional fulfillment, right? Tell me more about this energy for Gemini. Six of Swords in reverse. I ain't going nowhere. This is what I ain't going nowhere. Just because you ain't seeing me right now, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah. So again, moving in silence, okay? People don't see it coming. I don't feel like, again, because you are moving differently and you are going to be more behind the scenes, more quiet, okay? People may be confused as to what's going on. Again, making assumptions, making, I don't know, just assumptions basically, okay, on what that could mean. But just let the chatter go on behind the scenes, right? Because it will, like I say, it will soon become apparent what you've actually been doing and what is actually going on, okay? Not that it really concerns them, but anyway, it will just be there, you know, the results. So that's what I'm getting for you. And so the important thing as well is that while you're operating in this new space, don't engage with any negativity. Don't go back to the chaos that you're removing yourself from. Keep focused on the task at hand and let the results speak for itself. It's just further reiterating that. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right? Yeah. Because, oh, I saw a quote. What was it yesterday? Like, everyone has their moment of good fortune or something like that. So you may have felt like you've been on the downswing recently, or things just not seem to be going your way or going right. Well, everyone has their time, okay, at the top of the wheel. So if you feel like you've been experiencing the energy of the bottom end of the wheel, that's going to change, okay? Everything has its time and its cycle and its purpose. And the reason that's happening is for you to change your approach. Your approach that you had before wasn't working. It was a waste of time and a waste of energy. Whereas if you move in the way we've been discussing, I'm telling you, that Wheel of Fortune in reverse turns into a Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So it's about your approach. That's why you're being warned not to go back to the old ways of doing things, not going back to chaos or turbulent situations or circumstances, environments, and people where you have to over-explain everything or justify yourself. No. Everyone has their time, right? And everything that happens, right, especially when it comes to how the universe is moving, it serves a purpose. Yeah. Because it's your approach that needed to change. Change of approach is changing the circumstance, okay? Changing the flow of energy as well. Because you're not misdirecting it, right? Into the situations and places where it's wasted, right? You're redirecting it to where it actually counts. So that's awesome. All right, for our Geminis, any closing messages, insight, guidance for Geminis? Like, honestly, this reading is very, very good. And you see, all it took was a change of approach, and it's going to change everything. So, for Gemini, please. Yeah, harmonic flight. You see the dualistic nature that you are? Exactly. What did I say from the beginning? Like, people are like, I don't get you. 1 minute I think you're that way, the next minute you seem to be that way. You know, I don't know if you're up or down, left or right, here or there. What's going on? No. You are like, you literally represent like the duality, right? And that's something that you are destined to master in this lifetime, right, Gemini? Hence that being your placement. You are the sign that is meant to sort of lead the way when it comes to mastering duality, right? And how you can actually work and harmonize with seemingly opposing forces. Again, you know, like that Mystique energy, right? If you look at Mystique's story, she's often villainized, but actually her heart was in the right place. What does she care about? The well-being of her fellow mutants, right? And not being treated like garbage, not being experimented on, right? Inhumane treatment, right? Is what triggered her in the first place. And that was the only reason she was loyal to Magneto, because he seemed to share the same values, right? So again, your values are really important. And unfortunately, he went off the deep end when it comes to being maniacal and wanting power. That's where, you know, that's where there was that disconnect, right? So you see, this is what I mean. Sometimes people can get your principles, your ideals, but especially your intentions twisted, Gemini. Let them, okay? Because again, the proof will be in the pudding by your actions, okay? By what you do. Yes. So I'm telling you, that's all you need to know. You keep that in mind. You take on this new approach. It will serve you very well, okay? So amazing message for you, Gemini. And I hope that helps.